about U.S. versus Kelly. This case is sort of a wild case because defendant Kelly was charged with FBAR penalties in the amount of about $1 million. In order to satisfy the debt, the court asked him to repatriate his assets from overseas, from his foreign bank account, to pay just basically the FBAR fines. He didn't do it. The court held him in contempt and issued an arrest warrant. So the court grants plaintiff's motion to the extent defendant is adjudged in contempt of court. And they put a daily fine as well. And basically, the court just says it has an inherent power to enforce compliance through civil contempt, to coerce the defendant into compliance, and to compensate the government for losses sustained, or the complainant in this case, which is the government. Party seeking the contempt must establish clear and convincing evidence that the court order existed and the adversary was aware of it, and they violated the terms of the court order. Essentially, they prove that just by saying, and the defendant can only get out of it by saying he took all reasonable steps to comply with the court's order, but was unable to. Here, the government demonstrated with clear and convincing evidence that Kelly knew about the court's repatriation order because he objected to it. He filed a summary objection claiming some of the funds were exempt. Then he objected in the Sixth Circuit to both the first and the second repatriation order. And he admitted that he retains an overseas account with assets above the amount necessary to satisfy the FBAR judgment. So, I mean, he's cooked, basically, as the kids say, because the government has met its burden by clear and convincing evidence. He's guilty of civil contempt. Defendant failed to show he took any reasonable steps. He just basically said he didn't want to liquidate his positions because it would be expensive to, not that he couldn't. Basically have to just be unable to do it to get out of civil contempt. I mean, facts would be if you had a foreign trustee that was unwilling to comply with the court's order and you asked them to and they were still unwilling to, that would be better facts. Here it looks like Kelly could control whether or not to repatriate it, and he just chose not to. So they denied his motion for stay and waiver of bond. Incarceration is warranted because he's unmoved to comply with the repatriation order, and a daily fine wouldn't do anything. So they issued an arrest warrant and ordered him to surrender to the U.S. Marshal's office. Sort of a wild, result. I mean, this is why you have to have a foreign self-settled asset protection trust in like the Cook Islands or another jurisdiction if you're going to try something like not complying with the government's order to repatriate assets, which I don't recommend you don't comply. You should just report your FBARs and then comply fully.